Have you ever wondered about the animals that helped humans venture into space? Today, I'll dive into the stories of three brave explorers, Laika, Felicette, and Bonnie. In the late 1950s, the world was in the midst of the Cold War, and tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union were at an all-time high. Both superpowers were racing to dominate space, a battle known as the space race. The Soviets launched Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite into space in 1957, and shortly after they set their sights on sending a living creature to space. This brings us to Laika, the first living being to orbit Earth. Laika was a stray dog found on the streets of Moscow, chosen because of her calm nature and small size. In November 1957, she was sent aboard the Soviet spacecraft Sputnik 2. The Soviet Union's goal was to prove they could send living beings into space, and Laika became the first to make that journey. However, the Soviet government had no intention of bringing Laika back alive. At the time, space technology wasn't advanced enough for a safe return, but they were determined to gather data on how living creatures would react to the harsh conditions of space. Laika's mission lasted just a few hours before she tragically passed away from heat stress and panic. But the mission was crucial for future space exploration. Laika's story, while heartbreaking, taught the world that living beings could survive launch, weightlessness, and the harsh space environment. Her sacrifice helped lay the foundation for later missions and was an essential step for human space travel. Fast forward 6 years to 1963, and space exploration had become more advanced. The Cold War rivalry continued, but now the Soviet Union was experimenting with new ways to study space. This is when Felicette, a cat from Paris, made history as the first and only cat to travel into space. Felicette was selected for a French space program and was launched aboard a Veronique AG-1 rocket. This mission, unlike Laika's, was a short one, lasting just 15 minutes. But it was significant because it was the first time an animal was used to study how the brain reacts to spaceflight. During the flight, electrodes were attached to Felicette's head to monitor her brain activity as the rocket ascended and descended through the atmosphere. She experienced about 5 minutes of weightlessness before safely returning to Earth. The data collected from her mission provided valuable insights into how living organisms could survive the rigors of space travel. While Felicette's mission wasn't as widely known at the time, it was a huge leap forward in understanding how animals, and eventually humans, could survive in space. Felicette's bravery in the face of this risky mission helped open the door for human space exploration, and her data contributed to more successful missions in the future. Now let's jump ahead to 1973, where a new mission was about to take place. This time it was the United States, and the animal in question was none other than a rhesus monkey named Bonnie. Bonnie was part of NASA's Skylab program, which aimed to study the effects of long-duration spaceflight on the human body. Rhesus monkeys, like Bonnie, were chosen because of their similarities to humans in terms of brain structure and behavior. Bonnie's mission was critical to understanding how space affects living organisms, as NASA wanted to learn how the human body would react to longer periods in space. In May 1973, Bonnie and another rhesus monkey, Ricky, were sent aboard Skylab 2 for a 28-day mission. Scientists monitored their behavior, health, and physiological changes in zero gravity. This research directly influenced how NASA would later send humans on extended space flights, including those to the moon and beyond. And together, Laika, Felicette, and Bonnie each played crucial roles in pushing the boundaries of space exploration. They were more than just animals. They were pioneers in the quest to understand how living beings can survive the challenges of space. Their stories remind us that space travel, while exciting, came at a great cost and required immense bravery. So the next time you look up at the stars, remember the brave animals like Laika, Felicette, and Bonnie who helped make space exploration possible. Their stories are a testament to their courage and the incredible sacrifices they made for science. Want to learn more about the animals who changed the course of history? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep up with more amazing stories from space exploration. Stay curious.